Quality is guaranteed. Viewer discretion is advised.
Right, we're back again.
Hello.
Alison. I forgot to say on our last episode that we were recording yesterday, Happy Star Wars Day and all weekend.
I mean, happy Star Wars Day. I'm not a Star Wars fan.
But you have got space buns.
I have got space buns. I'm feeling the Princess Leia. Do you know what? I didn't even think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm layering it up.
Absolutely. As soon as I saw it, I was like, Star Wars weekend? Love it's gone from a day to a weekend. And also, it's halfway to Halloween.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're having a party this year, aren't we?
We are. I need to find, because I don't have a party here, because otherwise I'll just stress because, you know, the OCD of it all. I would like to find somewhere to have it. So like a pub function room or something like that.
There's loads around here.
Yeah.
We'll be able to find somewhere, but that's going to be good. Are we going as like a duo?
Well, I'm not sure because obviously Mark has some ideas we probably can't mention.
No, we can't and we won't.
No. So I think he kind of wanted to go as like a group with Alex, Mikey, you, me and him.
Yeah, I think they vetoed that idea and I think we wouldn't be able to post any photos.
No, we'd probably get arrested because it's
quite possibly
somewhat offensive. It is funny, but it is offensive. But yeah, so I don't know because I think you were talking about possibly going as Beetlejuice.
Yeah, female Beetlejuice, quite possibly.
Which would be awesome.
Yeah, I think I might do that.
I mean, that
just
would
glam
involve...
Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
if I can.
You can do all the makeup and stuff, so I think you'd look amazing.
Just do like some grot around my mouth.
And also, it's a really good excuse to get a black and white stripy suit.
Shit, yeah, it is.
Right? Because you definitely would wear that again, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
And
absolutely.
if you get like a nice one, then you can kind of wear the blazer or something else and wear the trousers or something else.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Exactly. I'm all for Halloween costumes that you can actually break apart and use again.
Yeah, for sure. And then makes it worth it.
Exactly.
To be fair, Mark's suggestion was stripes, but no.
It was.
Just stop it.
In another format that we can't talk about. But I actually don't know who I'm going to go as. I think I'm waiting for an epiphany.
Yeah.
Maybe
you could go as Lydia Dietz.
I could go as, and then we would be a duo.
Then we would be a duo, yeah.
And then that would give me an excuse to buy like a black gown. I wouldn't dye my hair black, but I could get a black wig.
You could, or just go as Ginger Lydia Dietz.
Yeah. Could do that.
And then we...
Oh, yeah. I do like the idea of... Because you know the bit where she gets married?
Yeah.
Well, he's trying to marry her and she's wearing a black...
We would look...
Gown.
Sick.
Ooh, yeah. I think that was the epiphany right there. Love it.
Welcome.
Well, there we go.
There we go. We're sorted.
That's what we're dressing up as. I'm so excited.
Mark, you're going to have to think of something now. What do I go as?
Well, to be fair...
One of the dead things in the waiting room.
Yeah, there's loads of other characters in Beetlejuice, and Beetlejuice 2 will have been out by then, so there might be something from there.
The juice is loose.
Exactly. I'm so excited.
So I'm in a waiting room. No!
Have you even seen Beetlejuice?
Of course he hasn't.
Oh, good lord.
He doesn't watch films.
I'm sorry, but you cannot be involved in this conversation until you've watched it.
The only films he watches are ones with singing bearded ladies and transforming cars.
Okay, well, there's no singing bearded ladies or transforming cars.
He's going to go as Hugh Jackman.
Okay, he's going to go as Hugh Jackman, fair enough.
Oh, as the ringmaster. You would look fucking sick.
A very good idea.
Yeah.
I support this idea.
Wholeheartedly.
I think it would be rad.
Yeah.
And then you've just got the costume for random days when you feel like it. Yeah, no.
You could wear it at gigs and like when you open with The Greatest Showman.
We are just having idea upon idea here.
I fucking love this.
Well done, Ali.
Oh, you are most welcome.
When the three of us are together, yes, it is the triangle of madness, but also the triangle of Halloween genius. Yes.
Yes.
Mark's nodding.
Boof.
I'm super happy about that because that means I can start looking now.
Exactly, and I need to start looking for a suit.
Oh my god.
Shein will have something.
They were, yeah, and I know that Shein has black like
Gowns.
gothic-y gowns.
Perfect.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay.
Yay!
That's done. I'm really
Sorted.
glad because I was kind of drawing a blank and thinking, oh wait, maybe till Stranger Things, the last one, comes out and possibly there'd be a character from that.
No, because you've already done a character from Stranger Things. It wasn't for
have.
Halloween, but...
No, I sort of made it Halloween, but also I think, why'd you saying that? No, Beetlejuice isn't as niche as maybe Stranger Things. Although you two are the only people I know who haven't watched it. Can I just
Still.
add that still? I think one day I'm going to kidnap you nicely,
Oh, thanks.
put you in the lounge and make you watch just at least the first series of Stranger Things because it's so good.
Yeah, we need to get round to it, to be fair. We're still
That's
in
okay.
between everything else.
I'm going to inflict it upon you when you least expect it, so you
Okay.
can't say no. I will have treats, popcorn. We'll have non-rustly wrappers.
Thank you.
Because we all know about your sound issue. So, yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Stop breathing.
And also, actually, we need to make Goober watch Beetlejuice, the original, because we need to bring him to the second one as well, to cinema, so...
Your mind is going to be blown.
It is really funny.
It's so good.
Like it. And I bought it on Blu-ray for my birthday party, so I actually have it downstairs. So I can play it on your DVD player that I still have.
I love that.
Oh, I love the beginning of this episode.
It's probably the best beginning of an episode we've had.
And I am so excited for Halloween.
Yeah, me too.
And we're going to be going to Vegas straight after. Obviously, the party's going to be early on because we start celebrating in September, but the party's going to be early October, isn't it? I think we're doing it around Alex because she can't do the beginning weekends.
Yes, and Alex has to be there. And Mikey.
Of course. And
The
then
Queen.
The Queen and the King. And that means that we'll be able to go to Haunted Museum, Zach Bacon's.
Yeah, carrying on the Halloween theme.
For
And
half of
then,
it.
do we fly back on my birthday?
I need to look at our flights. I keep forgetting
Because
to do that.
isn't the show the 4th to the 8th?
Yeah, I
4th to the 7th, and then my birthday's on the 9th. So we either fly back on my birthday and we get back the day after, or we get back on my birthday maybe.
Okay.
Something like that anyway.
Do you know what that means?
What?
That we can basically just elongate your birthday even more.
Well,
Because you'll be
birthday
like,
month.
well, I was flying on my birthday, so...
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count, therefore, let's have some more days.
We should definitely tell the airline, though. Might get an upgrade.
Do you know, I'm already thinking of that. I was already thinking of that because I know from knowing people who work with airlines that apparently as long as you're dressed relatively nicely, you're likely to get upgraded if you ask. But if we go in our usual chabby chic, we won't. So I think we dress up quite respectfully, yet comfortably, which I'll figure out for us.
Okay,
and then if we don't get upgraded, fine, we'll just change into our joggers.
Well, Mark did get free champagne on his birthday. No upgrade. And you were in a tux. No, you fucking weren't.
Yeah, maybe a tuxedo t-shirt.
No, I would never allow him out of the house in one of those.
But our family's crazy. Didn't you know that? It's the kind of thing we do.
Absolutely mental.
We are crazy. Right. Well, that was a wonderful beginning.
I do have
that.
a funny story. It was when we
Go
were
on
driving
then.
to Petrol Hedonism, and then we had that Toyota Prius drive up alongside us. I was like, oh my God, there's a guy with face tattoos driving a Prius. Would never have expected it. And then upon closer inspection, it was just a mole.
Yeah, because you didn't have your seeing eye glasses on, did you?
Helen, there's a guy with face tattoos driving a Prius. Have you ever seen that before? Oh, wait, no, just a mole.
It was very funny, and I hadn't ever seen that before. And then it wasn't true, but I feel like in our minds, perhaps it was. Yeah, like a prison tattoo.
Well, honestly, that's what I thought it was, because it was like, I don't know. Yeah, so it would have been on this side, and it was like here, and I was like, dude, with a face tattoo, he's driving a fucking Prius.
It did, to be fair to you, it did look like a tear.
Yeah.
So,
No, just a mole.
just a mole.
It's Austin Powers moment.
Yeah. I don't know why we're extra loony today.
It's the sun's out.
The sun is out, and
Lack of sleep.
Lack of sleep for you guys. I was up at 7
Were you?
But I feel all right because Goob's made me really nice coffee.
He does make good coffee.
Yeah.
I feel like the sun's out, so it's more of a frappuccino day, but don't have time for fraps.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that for next time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else to catch up on?
No, just the mole story.
Just my whole story. Halfway to Halloween. It's Star Wars weekend. We know a Halloween costume. I'm literally so happy about that.
Yeah.
And Ed had a hair wash this morning.
Yes, he's a nice, fluffy, smelly, nice boy.
He's such a good boy. All right, so we've started this off lightly to then plummet into the pits of despair because, you know, it's Cars and Macabre, isn't it?
And it wouldn't be us without some sort of despair.
Exactly.
Whether it's personal or not.
Yeah. And or both.
And or both.
So the perpetrator in today's true crime episode is a woman called Joanna Christine Dennehy, who killed 3 men in March of 2013 over the course of 10 days.
She's a busy girl.
She was a busy girl, and this is very close to home. So not only is this a UK-centric woman killer, this is in our vicinity, which is...
Yeah, I remember the name, but I can't remember where.
I do not remember this being on the news at all. I have no idea why. Yeah, I will obviously go on to tell you where it was.
Yeah.
So she stabbed all 3 victims and dumped their bodies in ditches outside Peterborough in the UK.
I work so close to Peterborough. I used to
Right.
date someone who lived near, literally next door to Peterborough.
Well, we went to a vegan restaurant there.
Oh, and yeah, Ralphie's, which
Yeah,
is,
which is sadly-
R.I.P. Ralphie's, the best.
It was so good.
Oh, and when they gave me, so I'm obsessed with Biscoff, and they obviously wholesale buy Biscoff, and it was like the tub was this big and there was some left over and they gave it to me because I was just going on about how much I love Biscoff, and I'm walking along the street, that's the car, like, living my best life.
See, what you need, because... So Alex gave me this amazing Halloween Queen drinking apparatus. She had it made, actually.
She
for her
did, and I
birthday.
tell you what, she is amazing at finding presents.
Such a good present giver.
And
You
thoughtful.
need Biscoff Queen.
But that's not spooky sounding.
Spooky Biscoff Queen. I like that.
Yeah. I think we spoke about, because of my job, it just says I see dead people.
I do like that as well. P.S. in brackets, I love Biscoff.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God.
P.S. Very random, but, you know, if you
not?
know, you know.
We are mental.
We are mental, and our one listener will
Tom.
be like, I know all about that.
Yeah.
Biscoff Queen.
Absolutely.
So there is actually another connection to, not very loosely based, and it's location based to us and this story. So after those 3 murders, Dennehy also stabbed 2 other men in Hereford in broad daylight on her murder spree, but they did actually survive the attacks. We went to Hereford for your birthday one year. I can't remember the year.
It wasn't Hereford. Is it in Hereford?
Yes, darling.
Oh.
So Hay on Wye
Yeah.
is very near Hereford.
Oh.
So it's...
You know me, my fucking geography's terrible.
So, in fact, I think, I didn't actually write down the exact location, but I do believe it was very near Hay on Wye, which is where we went for the book festival for your birthday.
I'm such a nerd.
It was so
good though. I fucking loved it.
Hereford is beautiful, so don't let this put you off going.
No,
anyone,
absolutely
'cause
not.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, no, that was a fab birthday. And you guys surprised me and I was all teary.
Oh, bless you.
My heart was full.
Oh, and apparently Peterborough is also beautiful.
Mark is lying.
Oh.
There's a lot of history in Peterborough though. It is quite interesting.
I don't know it that well, to be honest. I know Ralphie's and that's it, and that's no longer
That's
there.
no longer there. I got tattooed in Peterborough and it's actually the heart on my hand and it went terribly wrong.
It's faded quite a bit.
Well, it got really badly infected.
Oh, gosh.
Obviously, the placement where it is, it moved around. Well, you know, your hands move around a lot, so you're more at risk of things like that. But it was just terribly done anyway. And I ended up with like a hole in my hand.
Ugh.
And so obviously there's no colour in there now. And yeah. And back in the day, they had the Met. I think it's still there, the Met Lounge, i.e. the Sweat Lounge. And it was like an alternative club night and stuff. So I used to go there. I think Mark's been there as well.
Oh.
I'm not going to talk about Darrell eating chicken in Nando's and getting the chicken skin on
No,
his
we're
forehead.
vegans. We're not talking about that.
I've seen the picture. No, have I seen the picture? No, but Mark was horrified.
I'm horrified. No,
How do you end up with chicken skin on your forehead?
I don't know. That's disgusting.
Daryl,
Did you
we
put
have
it
questions.
there, or did it go there
It just
through eating?
Yeah.
Ew.
Daryl, we have questions.
I really do have questions, Daryl. But... So, anyway, I love that tangent. But so we are connected because, Cambridgeshire and then Hereford.
Did she go to Hereford to like flee?
Well, I sort of will go on to explain. Okay. It's not massively clear why they headed to that particular area because obviously that's quite a drive away.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's also quite unusual she stabbed.
Yes.
That is not usually a method that females... Well, historically, that females will...
No, you're absolutely right. It's quite unusual. I know this from watching lots of Criminal Minds, which I'm obsessed with. So Christopher Berry-D, an investigative criminologist and best-selling true crime author.
Oh, I've got lots of his books.
Do you?
Yeah, I love him.
I thought you might know him, but when it said true crime author, I was like, she'll know this.
Yeah.
So he branded Joanna Dennehy pure evil. He found she was very intelligent, but he also stressed she is the most dangerous killer that he'd ever had contact with. Bearing in mind, he's also interviewed vile human beings like Ted Bundy and Rose West. So that is saying something.
That's
right?
A bold claim.
Very, very bold claim. So, as I was explaining to you before this episode, this isn't, with regards to information, this isn't the easiest case to find information on her about. As I said, I was trying to watch this documentary, which completely disappeared off the TV, and I think that would have helped, but I've sort of done what I can, and then, if people have more time, they can obviously find out more. But Dennehy was born in St Albans in Hertfordshire in 1982, and she grew up in a town called Harpenden. She came from a stable family who worked very hard to provide her with a decent upbringing, so by all accounts, she didn't have any kind of trauma.
The makings of a serial killer.
No kind of traumatic childhood, no abuse that's documented. Apparently, it was a very nice family she came from. Dennehy was diagnosed with antisocial and psychopathic disorders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could do it.
So she whether it's because of this, don't know, but she turned to a life of low-level crime and then she went on to murder.
Okay.
So, yeah, it is an odd one because she's a female and there aren't historically many female serial killers. Obviously, she's stabbing, which again is quite unlike women. Women are known to poison, aren't they?
Poison or shoot.
There we go.
I think. I could be wrong, but yeah.
No.
I mean, historically, definitely poison.
Yeah.
And then sort of more modern would be shooting, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And, I do apologise, Molly's bark in the background. But yeah, and that we know of, she didn't go through it as a kiddie wink. So let's look at what she did. With the help of a driver and a Vauxhall Astra, because this is Cars and the Carbs, so we need to mention the car.
And what's more horrific than a Vauxhall Astra? No, I'm joking. I love a Vauxhall.
You're going to get some hate.
No. I've only ever driven Vauxhalls apart from my first car.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Vauxhall fan.
Oh, I love that, because you tend to be, in the car scene, you tend to be Vauxhall or Ford.
Yeah, no.
And you were
I've had both.
I love
my
that.
first car was a 4KA.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah. And then since then, I've only ever driven Vauxhalls.
I love that journey for you. I do, but Molly is properly grumbling because she's downstairs.
She disagrees with my claim, but it was a joke. By the way,
yes.
I'm a massive Vauxhall fan.
As soon as you said that, I was like, hang on a minute, she drives an Astra. My brain's obviously...
I don't drive an Astra.
No, a Vauxhall, I mean. I'm sorry, it's Sunday. My brain doesn't work on Sunday.
Didn't you used to drive an Astra? No. Oh, no, you were a Focus, weren't you? I got that completely wrong.
Ford.
Oh, Corsa.
Corsa. Okay.
Oh, was that Oliver? No, that Oliver was a Citroen.
Oh, Corsa called Charles. Love that.
I like that. Mark names all his vehicles.
Yeah, actually, I do. You do. Yeah. We all do that. We also name our robotic hoovers.
Yes, I think I've just ruined Mark's interesting fact. His interesting fact was going to be he's named all his cars. Well, you're just going to have to think of another one, aren't you?
You have to think of another one, mate.
Apologies, I do.
Oh, I don't actually know if I've got an interesting fact today, so we're all going to have to think on our
I've
feet.
got one.
Yeah,
The first time.
You can start then when
Okay.
we get to that.
It's not that interesting.
It is. Well, the thing is, it's not, and they don't have to be interesting facts. They have to be random facts.
Yes.
Random. Okay, so Joanna Dennehy in this Vauxhall Astra with a driver. She was being driven. On the morning of March 30th in 2013, police in Newborough received a phone call from a local farmer and he'd come across a body dumped in a ditch. 48-year-old Kevin Lee had been stabbed in the chest, dressed in a black sequin dress and posed sexually.
Oh.
Now, this was the only account from the 3 murders, as far as I could find.
Right.
This seems to be the only one that was sort of redressed and posed.
Okay.
So,
Did she know him personally?
yes, I will go on to explain.
okay.
Yeah,
It's humiliation, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, very good point. Criminal minds right here with us.
Thank you.
The next day, police announced they were looking for 2 people connected to the murder, Joanna Dennehy and her accomplice, Gary Stretch. The public were warned not to approach either suspect and asked for any sightings to be reported directly to the police. Detective Chief Inspector Martin Brunning from the Major Crime Unit said, Gary and Joanna are very distinctive in their appearance, which is why I'm asking the public for help. Gary Stretch is 47 and 7 feet 3 inches tall.
Jesus Christ.
I know. With grey balding hair, and Joanna Dennehy is 30 and has a very distinctive green tattoo on her right cheek beneath her eye.
Is that green on purpose or it's faded that badly?
I think it's just a shitty tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a shitty tattoo
Ooh.
of a star.
And how fitting his surname is Stretch.
Yeah.
Stretch by name, stretch by nature.
So on the 3rd of April, while the search for these 2 horrors was underway, 2 more bodies were found at Fenland Field in Thornley near Peterborough. Do you know of this place?
No.
I reckon Goobs probably does. Lucas Slabozewski. Oh God, do you know what? I said this right earlier. Lucas Slabozewski was stabbed in the heart. Sorry, I should not have laughed then. That was really bad timing. He was stabbed in the heart, and John Chapman had been stabbed in the neck and chest. So it's 2 more murders, 2 more stabbings. Lucas, her second victim, knew Dennehy, and a few days before his death, he had told friends that he'd met an English girlfriend and moved in with her.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Then at some point between the 19th and the 29th of March, Dennehy lured Lucas to a property in Ralston Garth, where she killed him and stashed his body in a wheelie bin. And he was actually left in the wheelie bin for several days.
Oh, no.
This is horrible.
I mean, do we know why she killed him?
Yeah, there's a few ideas kind of
Okay.
later on. Well, no, actually not for him. No, not for him.
I was just wondering if it was a money thing.
It could have been. When I explain the other ones, it will probably be like...
Okay.
So John Chapman was the other victim, and he served in the Navy in the Falklands War before falling on hard times. And he had lived at the same bedsit as Dennehy, and he struggled with drug and alcohol addiction, and he was described as being at the mercy of Dennehy.
Do you know, it makes me so sad when people have, sacrificed their lives and they come back and then they just get shit on.
Yeah.
And
he was obviously a very vulnerable person.
Yeah.
And it's just makes... I mean, it's a horrible situation, but it does make it worse. John was killed on the 29th of March, and once she'd stabbed him, she called Stretch and sang the lyrics to Britney Spears' song, Oops, I Did It Again, down the phone.
she's a fucking psycho.
She's a fucking psycho. How dare you try and ruin a Britney Spears song? It's just... that... There's obviously no remorse. It's just... that is just like...
It's entertainment for her by the sounds of things.
Yeah. It's just... ugh. And... the whole thing is just awful, but when you sort of go into those details, it really sort of gives you the creeps.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah. And I think the fact, it was in the UK, the fact she was a female, it just makes it more real somehow. I think the things that happen in America, almost
distant from it.
You are distant from it, and there's almost a separation there. But when it's happened so close, and again, like a female, it's just like, what?
I beg your pardon.
Not that we can make any sense of anyone killing anyone, but
yeah,
it's
almost like I don't know, the feeling's sort of a bit more visceral.
It is, yeah. No, it absolutely is. Gary Stretch and a man named Leslie Layton helped Dennehy move the two bodies to Fentonfield, where they had been discovered a couple of days later. But it's not exactly known when the bodies were dumped in these ditches in Cambridgeshire. But later, on the 29th of March, a Ford Mondeo linked to the murders was found burnt out on some wasteland at nearby Yaxley.
That's the guy that I used to date near Peterborough. That was in Yaxley.
So weird. It's so weird. Dennehy went on to murder a third victim, a man named Kevin Lee, who she stabbed in the neck and chest.
Oh, the neck, man.
And Kevin was Dennehy's landlord. It was later reported that Kevin had been attempting to evict Dennehy and Stretch from the bedsit, and they'd been served an eviction notice, which could have been a motive for his murder.
Yeah.
I do apologise, I've got hay fever today, so I sound a bit stuffy. After the police had released Dennehy and Stretch's photographs to the media, the pair had already fled 140 miles away to Hereford, along with another friend named Mark Lloyd. Both men were well aware of the murders that Dennehy had committed and reportedly told them that she wanted to continue the killing. So they knew exactly what she'd done.
What she wanted to continue to do.
What she was capable of.
Yeah.
You know, it was no mystery to them.
It's almost like there ceases to be any kind of motive. It's just like, this is just fun for her now.
Yeah. It's just a rampage.
Yeah.
Of just murder and mayhem. Yeah, I mean, she's something else. As these three depraved individuals were driving, they came across a 64-year-old man named Robin Bereza. He was walking his dog.
No, stop it.
Don't worry, there's no harm to the animals.
Okay.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this story. Dennehy proceeded to jump out of the car and began to randomly attack Robin by stabbing him with a knife. Robin actually survived this awful ordeal and later commented, "I felt a blow to my right shoulder. I turned around and saw this lady. She just stared through me." So scary. And I think that's another... I mean, the whole thing's horrible, as we've said. The fact that she apparently knew the other victims, but these are just completely random.
MO's changed.
Yes, they're still men, but they're random. She doesn't know them. They are literally walking along with their dogs in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Just minding their own business.
Does not give a shit.
No.
She's just... It's senseless.
Oh, completely senseless. And after this unprovoked incident, the three drove on and eventually Dennehy targeted a second dog walker, 56-year-old John Rogers. And this poor man was stabbed 40 times, but miraculously he also survived the attack.
Fucking hell.
Both men were found by a passerby who called for help and administered first aid, which undoubtedly helped save their lives. The only good thing about it happening in broad daylight is the fact people were there to help. Yeah. So, and I believe that Dennehy actually took one of the dogs. She actually stole one of the dogs as well, which just means she's an extra fuckwit. But as I'm aware, nothing happened to the dogs.
And we're going to continue believing that. Yes.
We are going to continue believing that. I actually don't think, I'm pretty sure from what I read, nothing happened to the dogs. Okay, it was negative. We've been to Hereford, obviously. It's a beautiful, peaceful part of the country, and you would just never expect crimes of that magnitude to happen there.
No.
It's very touristy in Hereford, especially Hay on Wye where we went. Mm-hmm. It's very picturesque. You know, lots of people go there, you know, just for the book festival. They go there for the amazing scenery. Mm-hmm. It's
a place to get away and relax.
It's not built up. It's countryside.
Yeah.
It's literally on the border of Wales. It's very beautiful.
How fucking dare she?
But it's just, you think, oh, not that you expect things like this to happen in the city, but you would expect it to be more likely to happen in a city than
London.
the countryside. Yeah. It just... And again, that adds to sort of like the terrifying nature of the whole thing, really. The fact that Dennehy was targeting people at random was absolutely terrifying, and she had no motive. So it was absolutely impossible to predict what she would do next.
That's what I meant earlier, not MO's changed, but like the motive seems to have changed. Like there's no motive anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't mean MO.
It's just completely unpredictable lunacy. Just... and the ferocity of these attacks was beyond comprehension. You know, as you mentioned earlier, like a female stabbing is unusual.
That's rage.
And, you know,
Pure rage.
stabbing somebody 40 times.
You've lost it at that point, surely.
Completely. It's just, yeah, it's just, you just can't comprehend. So there was a nationwide manhunt in place at this time. Police were able to track Dennehy down using CCTV. She'd been caught on surveillance cameras as she stopped to buy baccy at a service station. So I know we complain about all the cameras in this country, but for things like that, they're invaluable.
Do we?
A lot of people do.
Oh.
We are called the nation of Big Brother.
Oh, well.
I think we have more CCTV than most places.
Yes. Well, evidently.
But that's only a problem if you're nefarious and you're doing wrong things.
Yeah, exactly. If you're just a law-abiding citizen,
minding your own business,
there's no problem.
No, doesn't bother me anyway.
No. You're only sorry because you got caught.
Exactly. And I don't think she was even sorry that she got caught. So they then traced her to a green Vauxhall Astra in a nearby Newman Close in Newton Farm, where two police officers approached the car and arrested both Dennehy and Stretch, surprisingly without incident. When I'm sort of picturing what's going on, I would have thought she'd have put up a fight, tried to escape, tried to run away.
I don't know. I think she'd been like, yeah, I did it. Yeah. And what?
So when she was caught, she was reported and actually caught on CCTV in the police station, like joking around with the officers.
She doesn't give a shit. No. She doesn't care.
No, not at all. Not at all. No remorse whatsoever. But yeah, so she didn't try and put up a fight. She went willingly. So when she was searched, police found a 9-centimetre pocket knife that was covered in blood. And reportedly, while on the run, Dennehy commented that she wanted to be like Bonnie and Clyde and that she had intended to murder 9 victims. I mean, whatever, love. No.
Fuck off.
Detective Inspector Williams said she was attacking for fun. Robbery was not a motive. They were driving around and carrying out random but deliberate attacks. So basically, Dennehy had killed simply because she wanted to.
Yeah.
That's the long and short of it.
Yeah. I mean, the landlord possibly motive. But...
Yeah, and the fact that it was all men.
And what about the first victim, who she dressed up and stuff? She knew him?
Yeah, I couldn't find very much. Actually, if we can maybe look on Google, we can have a look. Do you want me to look back at the name of the first victim? Let's have a look. See.
Kevin...
I have a terrible memory. Kevin Lee.
Oh, I was right.
Yeah, he was the first body to be found, was 48-year-old Kevin Lee. And he was the one that had been dressed and posed. He was a property developer, landlord and lover. Okay, so yeah, she was connected to him as well.
Yeah.
So another landlord and supposed lover.
So again, I'm just wondering if money, perhaps.
I don't know. Well, she obviously had a problem with men.
Yeah.
But, as we mentioned, there doesn't seem to have been any abuse in her childhood. But if she sort of then went into low-level crime, you don't know what could have happened to her.
It can
then.
escalate. Yeah.
Exactly. So Dennehy pleaded guilty to all 3 murders, as well as preventing the lawful burial of her victims and 2 counts of attempted murder. She was given a life sentence, and Judge Justice Spender referred to Dennehy as cold-blooded and a cruel, calculating, selfish and manipulative serial killer. He further stated, within the space of 10 days, you murdered 3 men in cold blood. Although you pleaded guilty, you've made it quite clear you have no remorse.
And if she was to be released, she probably could do it again.
I mean, I would put money on the fact that she would do it again.
Yeah.
As she said when she was being searched, she'd planned to murder more.
Yeah.
And
she's not finished.
No, she obviously had this romanticised view of being, you know, on the run with this Stretch character.
Yeah, and what is so appealing about that? The stress.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, the issues with her mental health.
Yeah.
She perhaps didn't feel any of that. The 3 men who were associated were also jailed for assisting Dennehy in her murders. Prosecutors said she had cast a spell over her accomplices. The 3 men were also jailed for assisting Dennehy in her murders. Prosecutors said she had cast a spell over her accomplices. I mean, that's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse, but how?
Yeah.
I mean, where's the allure?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Stretch was found guilty on 3 counts of preventing the lawful burial of a body and 1 count of attempted murder. He was sentenced to 19 years in prison. Leslie Layton was convicted of preventing the lawful burial of 2 murder victims. He was sentenced to 14 years in prison. And a man called Robert Moore pleaded guilty to assisting an offender and was sentenced to 3 years in prison. Mark Lloyd, who was in the car with Dennehy, as well as Stretch, told Cambridge Crown Court he had witnessed the first attack on Robin Bereza, saying, "I thought she was going to mug him, but then it twigged on me," he said. "I thought you just want blood." She just killed 3 men.
How can you know? He's just as much a piece of shit as she is.
Collectively, they are literally
a steaming pile of poop.
Vile. So Dennehy is one of just 3 women in the UK who have been jailed for whole life terms, and she was named the Peterborough Ditch Murderer because she dumped all 3 of her victims' bodies into ditches on the side of the road.
Mark Lloyd knew that she'd killed 3 men before, didn't he?
Well, I don't think it was a secret.
No, well, she was boasting, probably.
Yeah, and she was like ringing up the other guy, singing to him down the phone about it.
Yeah, guaranteed he would have known. So he's just as much a piece of shit as she is.
Exactly. And the thing is, she got out of the car with a knife that was already
covered in blood.
So
yeah.
Dennehy later told a psychiatrist, "I killed to see if I was cold as I thought I was. Then it got Moorish."
Oh.
Get away.
Get in the fucking bin.
Yeah.
Moorish.
I hate that word anyway. That's just
that makes you feel a bit sick.
It really does. It's rancid. And Dennehy remains behind bars at HMP Low Newton near Durham, a maximum security prison for Britain's female killers that once imprisoned Rose West. Criminologist Mr. Berry D, who we mentioned at the beginning, who you know, believes you know him.
Me and Chris were like that.
Yeah. Believes that she fell into the wrong crowd, but in my opinion,
she was the wrong crowd.
Yeah, exactly. And putting the blame on other people is just bullshit. Yeah. She did this.
Everyone has a choice. You're accountable for your own actions unless you don't have capacity or like you're schizophrenic.
Exactly.
Like, but then that's not having capacity.
Exactly. And, you know, the fact that she was joking around with the officers when she was arrested.
Isn't there like pictures of her with some weird, real scary looking swordy knife thing?
Yeah, exactly. So, and again, this completely relates back to what we just said. Joanna Dennehy took a selfie in the back of the Vauxhall Astra moments before she stabbed the 2 dog walkers in Hereford.
Oh.
And the photo shows the then 31-year-old grinning and sticking her tongue out. So what the actual fuck? There is there you go. Selfie of her looking like a nefarious nut job. And so I just fell into the wrong crowd. It's not like she took up smoking and started
or
drinking.
A little bit of shoplifting.
Yeah, started drinking blooming Alco Pops on the corner.
Frosty Jacks of a school night.
Some White Lightning if you were crazy.
Oh, Lamborghini girls just want to have fun.
Exactly. She's not a Lamborghini girl. She killed 3 men and attacked 2 more.
Yes. Oh, she's just,
And wanted to kill
She's
more
got the
people.
wrong friends. No, she's the wrong friend.
Yeah, she is the wrong.
She's just wrong.
She's wrong. And that is the case of a female serial killer in a Vauxhall Astra from the UK.
Well, sufficiently disturbed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, very disturbing. Yeah, very disturbing. And see, I think, to me, like, obviously true crime as a general thing is very frightening. Mm-hmm. The randomness of some serial killers, I think, makes it more terrifying because there's no way to predict it.
There's no rhyme or reason.
No.
Yeah.
And half the time there's no motive. You know, it's just absolute lunacy with a knife running about being fucking awful. So...
No, not a fan.
So that's that. And, you know, she's sullied the good name of Vauxhall Astras, which is just rude.
Rude.
And I don't like the fact that she went to Hereford.
No, or that she is from near us.
No, exactly.
Bitch.
Yeah, so that's her. She's in prison. I doubt she'll get out. I hope she doesn't get out.
Well, I think there's evidence to... I mean, I don't know what she's been like in prison, if there's been any incidences or anything like that, but... you know, the fact that she said she pretty much hadn't finished.
Yeah, and as soon as she got into prison, apparently there were reports of her threatening to kill other inmates.
Oh, well, there we go. She's, She can rot.
Yeah.
Rot in pieces in prison.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There we go. So that's the end of that crime. I've developed more and more hay fever as we've gone on, so I do apologise. I haven't thought of a random fact today. I've literally written it in my notes and then not written what the fact is. Oh. So, but you said you've got one, so do you want to start?
Yeah. So the original release of Nightmare on Elm Street was on my birthday. It was a limited release. It wasn't released nationwide. Well, in America, like official,
That's
until
really cool.
November 16th.
And I didn't know that. And Nightmare on Elm Street is probably my favourite horror film franchise.
Is it?
Yeah. So I should have known that, but I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, yours is obviously Scream.
Thank you.
Mine's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. Thank you. I don't know why I said thank you. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't know.
You're welcome. Oh.
Yeah. So Mark's
Goobs.
random fact is he was diagnosed with arthritis when he was 20 years old.
I
So
didn't
he's
know
like
that.
a proper old man.
Do you have to take stuff?
He should. Oh, he takes glucosamine,
Okay.
which is like the vegan-friendly version of cod liver oil.
And weed gummies probably help as well.
Huh?
Weed gummies probably help as well.
Weed gummies. Let's hope your parents don't listen to this.
No, I'm not saying he takes them. I'm suggesting he does.
Yep.
Is
yeah,
that-
yeah.
Sorry, but it's only really I'm putting out there they should legalise weed in this country. It's ridiculous that they haven't.
They could tax it. Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It would create loads of jobs for people.
I mean, that is a whole...
Oh, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But that's
It would be safer.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. Okay, so I've just randomly thought of a random fact.
Oh, so much random.
You guys already know this, and you laugh at me when I say it and or try and inject it into a sentence. I used to go to Lord Leconfield Pony Club. I was a member of Pony Club.
Lord Leconfield.
Lord Leconfield, no doubt. I went to Pony Club camps. And I had a badge, which I still have, and like the official Lord Leconfield tie, which was purple and yellow striped, and I think it also had baby blue in it. And I've still got my Lord Leconfield Pony Club badge, which is in my jewellery box. And I'm very proud of being a former member of Lord Leconfield Pony Club and going to camp.
Mark loves to do an impression of Helen, like making it real posh sounding.
That's the thing. So I think because I've lived so many different places, like my accent's a bit weird. But sometimes I'm posh, but then every now and again some chav will be chucked in there just to keep it real.
Oh, just to keep it real.
In it.
Down with the kids.
Is it though?
Is it though? Yeah. Still.
Listen, yeah, goober, right? And,
it just sounds
there we go.
disgusting coming out of your mouth.
It does, but I love it. And we have established that our style, Well, actually, we haven't established. I told you our style was chavvy chic.
Slightly less chavvy today.
You're not chavvy at all, actually.
Yeah, but usually living in sweatpants. That's all that fits me right now.
I am wearing leggings and hoop earrings.
Yeah, but they're small hoops, so you're not much of a hoe, because the bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe.
Yeah, I'll have to get bigger ones on.
Yeah.
Or, no, do you know what I want? Earrings with, like, writing in them.
Yes, I want some like that just say fuck.
Or spooky.
Yeah.
Spooky bitch.
Perfect.
Or fuck off. I bet you can get the fuck off ones.
Oh, definitely.
We'll have to have a look. Okay, something else we need to do. Yeah. Okay, well, do you know what we forgot in the last 2 episodes was to ask people if they have any stories about experiences with spooky cars, serial killer cars, haunted roads, spooky roads, cult leader cars.
I think that one's going to be far-fetched.
You never know, though.
Yeah. Just, do you know what? Just any of your stories.
Any of your stories that have a relation to cars, roads, it can be tenuous, it's fine, because a lot of our episodes are. And we have an email, and it's carsofthemacabre@gmail.com, and you can find us there.
On Gmail.
On Gmail. What?
You find us on Gmail.
Find us on Gmail.
Oh, you can find us on Instagram.
You can find us on Instagram. We'll be hanging around Gmail.
Yeah.
And Instagram, which is at Cars of the Macabre.
It's no longer hotmail.co.uk.
No, Gmail, baby.
That's
Gmail.
where it is. Yeah, Instagram, Cars of the Macabre. Just Cars of the Macabre, yeah.
We're doing really well with this so far.
Like, subscribe, download.
Download.
We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube.
Yeah, we are. You can watch us if you really want to.
Yeah.
You can see evidence of the chabby chic. Or not today.
Or not today.
But
I don't know what this is today.
Star Wars pop art fan.
Even though I'm not a Star Wars fan.
You are with your hair, love. You are without knowing it. It's all good.
It was a happy accident.
Happy accident. And thank you very, very much to Mark of Park Lane Studios, who makes us sound so much better than we actually are. Mm-hmm. And he also films us, does all the editing.
We'd also like to say a special thanks to Tom.
For listening. He's probably actually given up by now.
No, I don't know. I love my little Tuesday morning messages. Oh, it's so good. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're brilliant.
Oh, well, that's good. So you have evidence that he's actually still listening?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And he's like, send my love to Helen.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you. Well, we appreciate you listening, even if you are the only one. And
he just recycles the same voice note. And I'm that oblivious that I don't notice.
We'll take it. Yeah. To be fair, we do this because we want to, and we're spooky bitches. So if no one's listening,
we're having
really
fun.
Don't give a fuck. We appreciate it if you are, though.
Oh yeah, please keep listening.
Don't fuck off. Stay.
Yeah.
And listen more. But I'm just digging a hole
with you.
We do. Yeah.
Oh, that was creepy.
That was so creepy.
I'm just gonna shut up now.
I kind of liked it. I sort of want to put it on a t-shirt.
Let's be friends.
Let's be friends. And just don't blink while you're saying it. And on that note, stay spooky, bitches.
Like this show? Want more? Then head to WatchPTTV.com, the new 100% free PowerTube TV streaming network. Home of the best classic and new motorsports racing and build shows on the web.